Good day, and welcome to our special tea party episode.
Tonight, our friends are coming over to watch a particularly delightful comedy, The Importance of Being Earnest. Because the film is set in Victorian England, Natasha and I have decided to forego the usual dinner and instead serve afternoon tea to our friends.
We'll show you a jolly good film,
Show you how to cook a scrumptious tea party for you and your friends.
And then we'll show you how to transform your tablescape into a tea time tablescape.
Ooh, cheers.
Hi, I'm Natasha.
And I'm Juliana,
Come and watch us make some healthy eats
inspired by our favorite movies. Welcome to cinema.
and spice.
Have you ever let an innocent lie get the best of you? Well, that's exactly what happens in The Importance of Being Earnest, a recent film based on an Oscar Wilde high comedy starring Colin Firth, Rupert Everett, Judi Dench, and Reese Witherspoon. The film is about two upper-class Englishmen who will do whatever it takes to avoid responsibility and win the hearts of the women they love.
For dinner tonight, we're having a delicious spread of biscuits with homemade jam, assorted tea sandwiches,
Could that have been any easier?
fresh fruit with homemade whipped cream, and a fabulous strawberry Bellini. We'll also teach you about teas from all over the world and how they can make you healthier.
That looks marvelous. What is it?
Tea scones with jam.
Oh my goodness, my nose led me to the kitchen.
Ta-da!
What is that?
This
Delicious
is
smelling.
a tea scone.
Oh my goodness.
So first we take a cup and a half of spelt flour and add it to our raisin family here.
And spelt isn't gluten-free, right?
It's not gluten-free. It's an ancient cousin of wheat. It's
Right.
easier to digest and it's also better for you.
There we go.
Ta-da! We're going to add a 4th cup of sugar,
All right. Okay, what's next?
2 teaspoons and a 4th teaspoon of baking powder, our rising agent, about a teaspoon of salt,
Okay.
and then we're gonna add a little bit of vanilla, about a teaspoon again, and we'll give it a good mix with the old hands, of course.
Why do you mix with your hands?
It's easier
Oh.
and it's fun.
How old-fashioned.
No thanks. We are going to add 3 tablespoons and another half a tablespoon of butter.
My favorite.
When you get a really flaky biscuit, they're generally flaky because they have bigger particles of butter in them. So the bigger the particles, the flakier the dough. Would you like to add some water?
Yes, so this is hot water, right?
Hot water, a 1/3 of a cup.
Okay.
Don't burn me. Perfect.
So you knead it until all the flour is...
Incorporated. And then we can roll them out and form our biscuits.
Okay,
Move that.
should I move the bowl?
Yes. So you lie them flat, and then you take your round biscuit cutter.
All right.
Cut out the shape of the biscuits.
Thank you,
Up
Miss
shape.
Julia
That's what I was gonna say! Okay, a little poof on top, poof on bottom, and then we're going to bake them at 350 degrees for about 14 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Next, we're going to make our low sugar baked jam. And this is very, very simple. You're gonna bake it at 350 degrees for about 2.5, 3 hours. Same temperature as the biscuit, so you can toss them in at the same time. So in this, we're going to do 1.5 cups of fruit.
And was this frozen and thawed,
This
right?
is frozen fruit. Frozen fruit's cheaper all year round, so you can make jam whenever you want.
Great.
Here we have about a 4th cup of sugar. It's a 4th cup of sugar for about 1.5 cups of berries, give or take what your taste preferences are.
Okay.
A fresh squeeze of lemon.
Nice. Stir it up.
Stir it up, baby.
Woo!
And
then-
I bet they didn't do this in these dresses. Okay.
We're breaking all the rules.
Woohoo! So in the oven goes our biscuits and the jam. Why, thank you. In we go.
Oh, all right. We'll
See you in a minute.
soon.
It's tea scone
Yeah, I'm so
time.
excited. They look beautiful.
Okay, we let the jam chill in the refrigerator for about an hour,
Okay.
and we used mixed berries, but you can use whatever berry you like. Now let's stop talking and get to eating, shall we?
Yummy. Put some butter on, right?
Butter it
'Cause
up.
That's how they do it in England,
Oh,
correct?
yes.
And we're being authentically British today.
Darling. We'll get a little jam going on.
I'm glad we have healthy versions. I'm going to want to eat more than one of
Oh,
these. I think.
yes. Cheers, darling.
Cheers. Mmm. You've outdone yourself this time.
Mmm.
So good.
Yum.
What are those tiny, adorable sandwiches?
Tea sandwiches, of course.
You like tea sandwiches, right?
Of course.
We all like tea sandwiches.
Yes.
But what do we like to do here on Cinema and Spice? Make everything just a little bit healthier, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so we're going to eliminate half of the tea sandwich bread. Therefore, you can eat twice as many tea sandwiches and still be eating the same amount of bread.
I love it. It's perfect.
Genius.
Genius.
So here are our open-faced Cinema and Spice tea sandwiches.
Yummy.
Of course, crustless. We are going to do 2 tea sandwiches today. One is our sort of spin on a BLT. I'm also going to do a traditional cucumber tea sandwich.
Lovely.
So, just so that our arrangement looks pretty, I've decided we'll do 2 different shapes. So we're going to do the cucumber tea sandwich on the square, and then we'll do the BLTs on a triangle. For the BLT, a little bit of goat cheese.
And you toasted the bread a little bit, right?
A little bit toasted before I cut it, yeah. So here we have some goat cheese.
Yummy.
Next, we'll do a slice of tomato, followed by
What's
a
next?
touch of arugula.
I love arugula. What do they call that in
Rocket!
rocket?
Rocket salad! A piece of fried ham, which I just very, very briefly fried with some oil on the stove. A little bit of salt, and there's one.
Oh my goodness.
Could that have been any easier?
And it's the cutest little sandwich I've ever seen.
And now we'll do sandwich 2. Traditional cream cheese, cucumber. This could not be any easier.
And I like that in the movie, there's a section where Rupert Everett just can't stop eating tea sandwiches. And he keeps eating them and eating them and eating them. And that's all it is.
We're done. Aren't they cute?
Yes.
Tea sandwiches. Which
And-
one do you want to try?
I want to try this one because
Okay.
it's in front of me. Do you want to try this one?
Yes, I'll try this one.
To little things.
The little things in life.
Oh! It's so simple.
And delicious.
Yummy.
And now you can eat twice as many.
4 times as many.
Ideal.
Have you ever wanted to learn more about tea?
Join us for Tea Talk.
Here we are with tea time, where we
Woohoo!
tell you about some of the most famous teas in the world. First, we have the traditional yerba mate from Argentina or Uruguay. And actually, the name of the tea is just yerba. And what it's traditionally consumed out of is something called a mate gourd. People sit around and they pass the mate gourd around, and it's a nice social gathering. And something great about yerba mate tea is that it gives you a great caffeine boost without the crash of caffeine.
Needed.
We have a non-caffeinated tea here. It's an herbal tea. All herbal teas have no caffeine. One of my favorites is this mint tea right here. Mint tea has so many great health benefits. They help bad breath, they help digestion, and they can even help cure the common cold.
Ooh. Who knew tea could do so many wonderful things?
I know.
Next, we have black tea, which is traditional at tea time in England and all over the world. Black tea is known to help prevent diabetes and also lower your levels of stress. So everyone drink your black tea. Also, it's caffeinated, just like coffee. And the last tea we have is our rooibos. Rooibos is traditional to South Africa. It has been known to help people cure their allergies. It's high in antioxidants and also aids in digestion, just like your friend mint tea.
Well, shall we each try one of our favorite teas?
I'm gonna go for the rooibos.
I'm dying for a little caffeine from my mate. Shall we cheers?
Cheers. Delightful.
Wow. One other thing, you might want to add sugar to your mate, because I didn't, and it's very strong.
This looks dangerously delicious.
It's a strawberry Bellini and a fresh fruit dessert.
Since our tea party is already so bready and delicious, we figured for our dessert it would be nice to do something a little on the lighter side, which is why we decided to do a fresh fruit cocktail with some whipped cream on top. So, we're going to start with the strawberries. This is a traditional dessert at tea, and also it looks nice with the tablescape.
Yes, and it's really fresh and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
After everyone's been eating scones and...
Sometimes, yeah, you can't really eat any cake after all of that, right? Well, maybe you can.
You could.
So then we're going to top it with some whipped cream. Very, very easy. Some heavy whipping cream, a little bit of sugar, some vanilla, and whipped on a medium speed with a hand mixer.
Wonderful.
Some fresh mint on top. And voila!
Ta-da!
Fresh fruit dessert.
It looks delightful.
Mhm.
And for our cocktail, we have something called the Bunbury. And we call it that because Rupert Everett's character in The Importance of Being Earnest makes up a fake friend who is deathly ill all the time named Bunbury. It's basically just to avoid responsibility. Today, we will be avoiding responsibility in a completely different way with alcohol. First, we take a lovely sprig of mint, stick it in our glass, Then we will take some of my favorite sweetener, agave. And for those of you who haven't made anything with agave before, basically it's a sweetener that is derived from the inside of the agave plant, which is a type of cactus. Next we have some pureed strawberries. We just stuck some in a blender. Pour a little bit of that in there. And this cocktail is a version of the Bellini, but it's not made with peaches. It's of course made with strawberries. And then we have
This looks delicious.
my favorite kind of alcohol, champagne. So we added a little here. I'm gonna do some mixing. We have some layering going on in here,
Yeah.
which is kind of lovely.
The heavy agave at
I
the
love
bottom.
avoiding responsibility. Without having to lie.
I want to try your cocktail. Whoops.
Woo! Is it good? Here, you can
Yeah.
get a real drink of it. Do I
Thank
get to
you.
try your?
Oh, please.
To Bunbury.
Bunbury.
And to tea parties.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
Yummy.
Well, I'm
Yes?
going to go start on the dining room. Come visit me soon, and we'll see you all later.
Here are some tips on how to make your dining room fit for the queen.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so excited to show you our tea time tablescape. We decorated our table on a very, very tight budget. We scoured thrift stores. They're great to go to. You find beautiful china that people have just donated for hardly any money. Next, doilies. They're your tea party planning best friend. They're very, very cheap. They look like lace and they'll look beautiful adorned on your table. Well, hello,
Tea
dear. Thank you
scones.
for bringing them. Can I show you our craft?
Please.
Well, in the importance of being earnest, two of the women love to write in diaries, and they talk about it always because they like to have
Good reading material.
well, I thought every one of our guests should have their own good reading material, so I decided to make little bitty mini diaries.
Oh, those are so great.
They're really easy. You just get blank notebooks. You can use stamps and stickers, anything you find at the craft store that's sort of flowery. And all of the directions to do
beautiful.
this are on our website.
We also got these cute little topiaries, which we found at the wedding section of a supply craft store. We just took a little stamp pad and put everyone's name on them.
Super easy, and now everyone won't forget where they sit, even if they have too many Bunburys.
Woo!
We best be getting ready for our friends.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
So, what do you want to do now?